I really enjoy the woods. Just being out there, looking at the animals, the rocks, the plants, and the smells, and just walking and walking. It's just a sense of calmness for me. I'm really fascinated with Sasquatch. Just hearing different stories, different things from elders. A lot of it was just being respectful when you go into the woods, and that, you're going into this space that isn't our home, knowing that there's other entities out there that we need to be respectful for because they're watching us. So going out there with a good heart. My name is Charlene Moody, and my Indian name is Sanut. I live in Simnasho, which is in Warm Springs on the reservation. I'm an artist, a part of the show at the High Desert Museum titled Sensing Sasquatch. Well, I'm just gonna wait for that to get going for a bit. The show is about the different interpretation of Native artists and what their ideas and beliefs are of Bigfoot or Sasquatch. All these different ideas were popping up in my head. So I drew up a sketch and then had the idea of incorporating buffalo hide because of the big, thick texture that this animal has on its body and being similar to what is described what Sasquatch has. Right here is where the tuft is on the hump of the buffalo. And when you look at it, it's a little darker and thicker, and it kind of goes lighter away from it. I got it from the Yakima Nation. They have a herd there. So when I first got it home, the fur is really dirty, because, buffaloes are pretty dirty creatures, rolling around, doing buffalo things. Dirty. I scrubbed it for pretty much a whole day of just repainting, cleaning, washing it. Just the size of it and appreciating, how big this creature was, and like, wow, I'm actually able to do this. The reason I'm smoking it with juniper and cedar root is I really like the smell. They're both medicinal to our people, and so making sure I'm just putting that good medicine into this artwork. So I'm an enrolled member of the Confederated Tribes of Warm Springs, but I'm also Yakima, Modoc, Miwok, and Paiute, Southern Paiute. I just want to make sure I'm respectful to those different tribes that I represent in this one art piece. I'm raking out the fur so that way making sure that smoke and that smell gets in all the little fibers of it. My impression or interpretation of Sasquatch is from a personal experience that I've had while out in the woods. It's more or less like a sense versus, like physically describing it. It's hard to explain. It's kind of like that, it's like something that hits you to the core. One time, huckleberry picking, I was looking down at this bush because it was just loaded with huckleberries. And what I thought was my mom was standing right there. But for some reason, something inside of me told me not to look up. When I was talking to it and just picking, and she wasn't responding, but I could see it right there. And it just kind of like walked back into the trees. And I was like, Mom, and I started yelling, and I could just hear her way down there, what? Then that sense of like, and then we heard that, and then we all stopped and kind of listened, and I was like, let's get out of here. And we got in the van and left and found somewhere else to go. So I'm painting, it's like a silhouette of Bigfoot or Sasquatch. And with the forest and showing an image of the mountain, the face, in the sky, kind of always watching over this area of which, a lot of our sacred foods come from, our water, and kind of protecting that. And then, of course, the little family sharing around a campfire. Maybe they're sharing stories of this being that's out there and it's protecting this land. I feel calm. I just get into the zone. It's just my little calm place. That traditional teaching of working on it when you have that good spirit. I think that's why I'm calm, because I wait till I have that good energy. My mural, it's based off of our basket weaving designs. If you look at a cedar basket, it's kind of like blocks, the way you twist it line after line. And so that's what I based off the landscape of, similar to what you would see on a basket, but also incorporating those big bright colors on it and kind of giving that modern twist to it. I'm excited to see it up and everything, but I'm also going to be a nervous wreck because I'll be like, oh no, your people are going to think. It's a mixture of everything. I'll be relieved that it's done.
The title of this exhibit is called Sensing Sasquatch. It's an artistic endeavor to kind of capture the imagination surrounding this being.
With the fur facing towards you as you walk up to it, it's almost gonna be like a silhouette of something to what I seen.
It's really exciting because many of the artists do have some kind of experience and knowledge to draw upon when depicting or giving creativity to the idea of Sasquatch.
All of our tribes have different stories and teachings of it, and so also interesting getting the interpretations from the different artists from different areas.
Rarely outside the community does this idea get expressed, so we're getting a first-hand glimpse of what the artists bring to this idea.
Can you touch it?
Yeah, it's meant to be interactive.
I do want people to touch it, and then when you're that close, you should be able to smell it. And so being able to be like, oh, what is that? Oh, it might be cedar, it might be juniper, it might be Doug, who knows, or sage.
Sasquatch is kind of looking into the sunset, but when you come here looking this way, then you get to see a little story of my childhood and everything being out in the woods.
What kind of hide?
Buffalo?
Buffalo. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully this will spark a little interest of people educating themselves on the native peoples of the areas they live. Understanding their tribes and their treaties, and about Sasquatch, and let's learn about the tribes here, the Oregon.
Very cool.
Are you explaining all this?
I was, yes.
When people approach my work, I want them to have an experience that comes from within, like their heart.
Wonderful. I love it.
Thank you.
For me, it's not necessarily like knowing exactly what Sasquatch is, but understanding that, hey, this creature, this being is from the forest. And so when you do go to the forest, you need to be respectful. And so that's what I kind of hope comes from this.